There's one thing PPO executives pray you never discover: that you may have more leverage than they want you to believe. Once you understand why, you'll never look at PPO fee negotiations the same way again. For years, most of us believed we had only two choices: accept lower and lower fees or risk losing patients. So every time we asked for higher reimbursements, we kept hearing the same answer: I'm sorry, we just can't do that. Most of us believed them. The truth is, many of them couldn't afford for us to believe anything else. But the PPO landscape has changed. More dentists are leaving PPO networks than ever before, and that's creating a problem insurance companies didn't have years ago. They need enough participating dentists to maintain their provider networks, and in many states, that's more than just good business. It's a legal requirement called network adequacy. If they lose too many participating dentists, they can face serious regulatory consequences, including the possibility of losing the ability to sell insurance in that state. Even in states without those laws, they face another problem. Large employers expect their employees to have reasonable access to participating dentists. When employees can't find participating dentists, they complain. Human resources hears about it, benefit managers hear about it, and insurance companies risk losing employer groups worth millions. That's why today's PPO environment is very different than it was just a few years ago. Does that mean that every PPO will suddenly agree to higher fees? Of course not. But it does mean you should stop assuming that they automatically hold all the leverage, because they may not. And that's exactly what I accidentally discovered more than 20 years ago when I wrote my very first PPO demand letter. Looking back, it became what I now call the nuclear option: scorched earth. You better be prepared to walk away. It wasn't about threatening insurance companies. It was about finding out whether or not the PPO actually needed my practice more than they wanted me to believe. If they didn't, I was prepared to walk. If they did, they were finally willing to negotiate in good faith. That's a very different strategy than simply asking for a fee increase and hoping they give you something reasonable. If you'd like complimentary access to my full webinar, What PPO Executives Pray You Never Discover, the nuclear option that forces higher fees even when they claimed it was impossible, along with a copy of my How to Get PPOs to Pay 90% of Your Fee, the nuclear option demand letter, email me at drtom@freedomsummitcoaching.com with the subject line PPO demand letter, and I'll send you both at no charge.